Good afternoon and welcome back to my Harlem Portraits. Today we have a very special show, something very different from the usual, because as some of you may know, I travel quite a lot, and often I see and experience things that I would like to share with you. So I'm gonna start today because I saw a movie that I think it's very important for you to know about and to get to know. And you allow me, I will start this new sub-show, let's call it this way, which will be titled My World Portraits, with my own country and my own fellow citizens, okay? So we are gonna talk about Grand Bolero, a beautiful, beautiful movie who has been directed by Gabriele Fabbro, a young Italian director who is based in Los Angeles, and the protagonist is Lidia Vitale, the lead actress in this fascinating musical thriller. I call it a musical thriller. It has been released on Amazon and currently in competition for the 2023 Davide di Donatello, which is the Italian equivalent of the Oscars. So congratulations and welcome to my Harlem Portraits, my world portraits.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Davide, Gabriele, you are in Los Angeles, and Lidia, she's in Italy, and I'm in New York. So this is a perfect use of new technologies, I think. So Gabriele, this is your first feature, and it premiered last October at the Austin Film Festival, was released in theaters in South Africa in July, and is just finished playing in theaters in Italy. You have also screened at the Historic Orpheum Theater in Phoenix with a very special organ ouverture played live before the film. Tell us about this. How do you think you got to this incredible success? And tell us about the story that inspired you, because it's a very special story.
Well, again, first off, thank you again for having us to talk about the film. I always say this, like, I think the success of the film is really the love that we as a team put it into the film. Lidia's performance, Ludovica's performance, those are really the drive of the story and of the film. So I think to me that's the spark of the success, I think. And then personally, I really wanted to make a story that would highlight the instrument, the pipe organs, mainly because I've been fascinated by it since I was a kid. But also I really wanted to almost pay an homage to like they're accompanied by pipe organs. So I really wanted to make a film that would showcase that, you know, that's why, like, if you watch the film, but whoever watches the film will notice that there's very few dialogues, you know, like the second half of the film is almost silent to let the organ speak and narrate the story. And also, like, since we mentioned that, like, you know, we're both in US, I feel like another key of success is that we brought a little bit of like Italian culture, especially in the sceneries, the church, you know, something that I think US people are not so used to see, you know. So a little bit of the success, especially in festivals and to the theatrical screenings. I don't know if Lidia wants to add something.
That's fine.
Go ahead.
I mean, no, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, you answered about it. His urgency to do this movie. So, and for me, it was like I'm used to support young people projects besides my career, because I think they need us to be involved in young projects. I mean, it's always a way for me to discover a new director, but also really to support them, because sometimes the script needs a little bit of revision. If there is too much talk, a little bit, you can really bring something to the young people when you have an amount of experience to bring in a young project. Sometimes they're genius. Sometimes you really need to to help them to see, to have a vision, to to embrace the whole project.
Yes.
It's never easy.
And the reason why you're saying that is because you are a very important actors in Italy, and you were also in competition in this year Venice Film Festival with Burning Hearts, which
Yeah,
in Italian
wonderful.
is the title in Italian.
Ti mangio il cuore. We are actually in Fasano because we're just going to receive in the south of Italy to receive an award for that.
And it's fantastic. The background you have is real Italy. I'm bringing Italy to my viewers.
Yeah, I think soon the American could see also our Burning Hearts, because is going to be distributed by Paramount Plus
Very
in
good.
January. So it's going to be available in the States as well.
Perfect. So we are giving you a hint in what to see starting January. So the movie is, I saw it, and it's extremely unusual. It's specific, it's detailed, the subject, the set. If it's filmed during COVID, the 19 COVID lockdown in Italy, which was much, much stricter than it was here in New York, for example. We were not stopped from going out. We were asked to go out as little as possible, but nobody was stopping us from going out. So that's a very big difference. I wasn't able to come back to Italy during that Christmas for the first time in my life because of flight restrictions. And but the COVID-19 remains a little bit in the background. What is in the foreground, and as you said before, apart from the people and the two ladies, is the pipe organ. It's music, it's intricate workings, and so on. So why you, Lidia, were so accepted this? Because this role of Roxanne, it's a very, very difficult role. And it's the protagonist has this inner complex battle, which sets the tone also for the dark atmosphere of the movie. I don't know, that's how I saw it. I might be totally out of it. So what made you accept?
First of all, because we don't have much stories about women. So when I see the focus on a script about women in a different way, I like to try to invest in it. First of all, because we still have too little screen on women. This is the first reason. Second, because there was something besides the pipe organ, which was really the obsession of this woman that comes out from the script, and is coordinated with the period of the COVID, actually, because the COVID period really brought out so many obsession in people.
Yes.
I mean, highlighted the obsession of somebody's. And for me, for example, for Lidia, this was a very unbelievable moment, the pandemic, because it was like a moment to be with myself, to be concentrate and really slow down and be in touch with myself. But for people who were not able to stay in touch with themselves, the obsession really the pandemic pulled out the obsessions of the people. And for me, this was something to observe, something to bring out, because for me it was something that I was really observing in the humanity, in the human being. So this was something. And for the rest, I love dark character. I love them because I always think that the darker is the people, the person you represent, the darker is the character you represent, the deeper is the wound of the character. So it implies that my effort is to be connected with the wound, with a specific wound of a human being. And this exploration is very interesting. You will see also in Burning Hearts, it will be the same. I mean, I'm another.
Crazy.
I don't want to spoil it, but really believe me. So I love to play this kind of character because really give me the opportunity to explore the human beings.
And you did it wonderfully, wonderfully. Can you
Thank you
tell us
very
a
much.
little bit about your character? I mean, about the story without
About
revealing-
Roxanne?
Yes.
About Roxanne? Roxanne is a workaholic. We would call her a workaholic. She's obsessed with the work. She's in her loneliness. She finds, as much as many men usually find obsession in the work, you know, they hide themselves into the work. This woman hides herself behind the work, hide her vulnerability behind the work. She disconnects from the rest of the world for the work. She used her job and her obsession for repairing organs, pipe organs, but actually she repairs herself. She doesn't want to connect with the other people because she's hurt. I mean, everybody who doesn't want to stay with the other people is because he's scared sometimes.
That's right.
So she finds herself in staying by herself. So the other side, and so when this little young assistant, mute assistant, get in, and she also speak only English, my routine is broken. My routine is broken. I have to connect with somebody. I have to somehow open up. And what is like that the sweetness and the kindness and the will to learn to play the pipe organ of this girl opens up my heart and make me find something of myself I would never know otherwise.
Wow, very interesting. Gabriele, did you write this movie? Did you write the script?
I co-wrote it. It's me and Lidia Vitale.
Perfect, because I wanted to ask you, what is for you the connection and the symbolism of this young assistant who cannot speak because she's mute, and so it gives even more density to the silence compared to the music of the organ, and the light that she brings, which is distinguished. What is the symbol in there?
It's on the line of like what Lidia says about, like, you know, like she comes in to like scompigliare, discombobulate her life, you know, which is the symbolism to the movie also, like, you know, it's called the Grand Bolero, you know, like it's really about that piece at the end, which is called Bolero. If you know the history of that piece, that's really just the most obsessive crescendo ever written for orchestra, you know. It's just one theme repeated until like it climbs and climbs and climbs until like a climactic moment, you know. So I wanted to create a story that would make that, you know, like the character of Lucia is basically representing this confabulation, you know, this obsessive attraction that rocks until like we get to this climactic moments, and then everything happens there, you know. And everything in the movie is a build up to that. And again, the fact that she's silent, she would just allow the language of the silent films to play, you know, like that was another thing that me and Italy thought about, you know, like we need to make this film as much as possible, you know. And that's also where on set, Lidia and Ludovica, they helped me out with the script, you know, like Lidia was taking out words, you know, let's try to really condense and make it as silent as possible.
Wow. That's very interesting. I didn't notice that. I didn't think about that. Tell me more about why did you choose that specific location? It's in the north of Italy, right?
Yeah, it's we always, well, also because it was COVID, you know, we couldn't get out of the regions, so it was a lot of like, it was dictated by the COVID restrictions, you know.
And also
we couldn't
because
bring
the priest
anybody from abroad.
and also because the priest didn't really like the script and didn't really
I mean,
accept it.
yeah, like you can just imagine ourselves trying to pitch the story to like priests, you know, like that was a no-go.
Remember, we have Vatican.
So,
yes.
Yeah. But that's the interesting thing about that church. That church is not owned by the Curia or the Vatican. Is actually owned by a hospital, which was the main hospital in Lodi, which at the time is like the first city that got hit by COVID, you know. So nobody was using that church because it was right next to the hospital, you know. That's why they allowed us to, like, you know, come and shoot, you know. So yeah, and it came in like really the last like few weeks before the set, you know, like it was really like a last minute deal that the producers found. It's and it was our favorite church, you know, like we always wanted to shoot there, but we didn't have the church until 2 weeks before the set, you know.
That's fantastic. That's an incredible story. And where were you staying? Were you staying nearby? Because you're all from Lombardia. You were all in Lombardia, in the region?
No, I was from Rome. So, and I also was shooting a TV show with Netflix. So I was going up and down from Rome to Milan and to Lodi all the time, shooting at night in Rome and during the morning on the set during the Grand Bolero.
Did you have problems to do that? Because they were stopping people to move from region to region, right? At a certain point.
Luckily, no. I mean,
sorry.
I mean, at least the train were empty.
That's a good thing. Yeah, nobody was traveling. They couldn't.
And they were on time in Italy, which is something that never happened.
Yes.
Yeah, rare stuff.
All right, let's talk about the current situation of the movie, and which received the most awarded features from Italy. Okay. The magnificent music from this bolero, which is one of the music I like most, you know, Ravel, is a constant ingredient in this film. And the church set, the photography, I want to say this in Italia, è un'ambientazione ideale per un thriller. It's a perfect setting for a thriller. Do you believe this could be also the secret of the success that you've been having with the movie?
Yes, again, like it's a combination, and that's why I feel like it's a combination of performance, the visual language, and the locations we shot in, you know. I don't know if like it's still like, because in Italy we're so used to see those, you know, like I think it's mainly for like abroad, you know, that's really the success from abroad, because, you know, in New York or LA especially, beautiful countryside, you know, and hunting type of countryside. So it's definitely the key of the success, I feel.
And you had a lot of awards with this movie. Tell me those that you cherish most, that you think they are most.
Guys, I need to apologize with you, but they're calling me to go to the word, and I'm so sorry I have to leave you sooner.
All right.
But they're waiting just downstairs, and they like
they are
under pressure on
so,
my neck.
Thank
and I'm
you.
so sorry. I have to.
No worries.
It's only 5 minutes to go. I really thank you for your time and for being with us.
Thank you very much.
And congratulations for this movie. And
I hope to meet you soon, personally.
All right. Thank you so
Have a
much.
good time. So
Thank you,
sorry.
Lidia.
Ciao, Lidia.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, in bocca al lupo.
Crepi. Ciao, ciao.
Bene, allora, dicevamo,
Eh,
possiamo
yeah,
farci
we were
parlare un
saying.
po' in italiano. Quali sono gli awards che ti hanno fatto più piacere?
Lo vuoi in italiano? Te lo dico in italiano.
In English, in Italian, whatever you want. We want to do a little bit of everything. I wanted to.
Ok, ce n'è uno che in particolare mi è rimasto più a cuore perché è stato strano, nel senso che è stato il mio primo award, diciamo, serio sulla regia, perché diciamo, adesso non voglio, ecco, ne ho avuti un pochettino per i miei lavori che sono corti, ecco, per questo era il primo premio di regia per un lungometraggio ed è successo lo stesso giorno in cui è morto mio nonno, che è stato in quel momento ero a Phoenix, in Arizona, quindi mi era arrivata la telefonata e per tutto il giorno non sono uscito di casa e sono andato lì proprio quasi incappucciato, ecco, non volevo farmi vedere così ed è successo e quindi è stato un po' strano, ecco, me lo ricordo come un caso, quasi un caso della vita, ecco. Però è sicuramente quello che mi ricorderò di più, ecco. Diciamo quello lì, ecco, poi ce ne sono stati altri per me il David, questa preselezione è uno e non ci credo ancora, però sì, a livello personale non penso di non potermi mai dimenticare quello lì a Phoenix. E oltre ai premi, quella proiezione a Phoenix con l'Organ Overture è stato ho pianto lì, perché è stato proprio è come vedere appunto c'era l'organo che suonava, poi vediamo un film sugli organi, proprio, cioè, era come tipo una festa per celebrare questo strumento. È stato bello, ecco, sono stati momenti molto, molto emozionanti.
So I believe that the reason why I believe your grandfather who passed that day was the one who gave you that gift. The gift.
That's what I feel too. Yeah, it's sometimes life surprises you in many ways. Yeah, but that was one of them. I also believe that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it went that way.
One last thing I wanted to ask you. This movie has been selected for many festivals. And tell us a little bit which festival you're going to. And then I wanted to ask you what you're doing in LA, why you moved to LA first.
Oh, I mean, the festival are over. We're out on Amazon, and I believe like we're still gonna have some screenings in Italy. But yeah, the movie's out, so like the festival route is done. So I think the David is the only thing that we're waiting for, you know, or just awards. I moved to LA mainly because like I came here to study in the New York Film Academy in Los Angeles, though not the one in New York. So that's sort of what got me. Then after school, I got my little contacts and I started making movies with friends, and that just slowly became a job, you know. And it became a job here in LA. I unfortunately didn't start looking at work in Italy, you know, like, and or at least I tried, but I do feel that like LA in general, US, maybe also because I want to bring my culture here. You know, I feel there is a market for that here, as opposed to Italy. Italy is it's really tough to find people like Lidia that believe in younger people. You know, at 26, like that doesn't exist. You know, like you need to be bringing coffees at the sets at 26. You know, that's the mindset. You know. So unfortunately, like maybe it's just bad luck, but I've been finding myself struggling there. to just prove that I can direct, rather than here. I do see people not having any problem with the age.
Absolutely. That's one good
you know
Hey.
you moved too, right? So
Yeah, well, yes, I've been here since 2013, so I love it. I love New York. I love the culture. I love the fact that music and theater are my life, and here you can go to see a concert and to hear music and go to a theater 7 nights a week. So that's it.
it's such I think also like US is such a like that's the place where like if you have a product, you can sell it. There's that's the show business, like I feel like US, it's in their bones. I go to the theater and people laugh at the screen, like, or they laugh at a play, they participate so much. It's something that in Italy, I think, in a theater, or just clapping or yelling at the screen, like this, I do think there's, it's weird. It's not in our culture, I guess, to just promote, and like just be part of the film. We create, even with festivals in Italy, like a big difference is that they create barriers, like if you are, let's say you directed a movie, that's it, they put you on the red carpet, you can't talk to anyone, like you just, they treat you as an elite, but they don't include, like they don't promote inclusion within the community, let's say. And US, it does it like, it doesn't. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for this conversation. I'm very happy that we started My World Portrait, subtitle of My Harlem Portrait. Harlem has given me everything since I moved here, and this is why I'm doing My Harlem Portraits, because I want to give back to this community. And so I'm taking this community with me when I travel sometime now, okay? I will take it with me.
Yeah.
So thank you again.
Thank you. We're really glad to be like in the first episode.
Yes, you are in the first episode. Thank you for being
We're so glad.
and thank you to my viewers. And we see you next Saturday, same time, 12:30 p.m. Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you so much. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.